President Trump firing back quickly today at a Washington Post article that repeated a claim that he had kissed a woman without her consent. Now, the accusations are not new, but the president responded forcefully.
And as WBZ's John Keller shows us, the president may be trying to get ahead of his party's perceived problem with women.
About 12 years ago, as a young receptionist in Trump Tower, I was forcibly kissed by Mr. Trump during our first introduction.
She's been telling her story publicly since the fall of 2016, and this page one story in today's Washington Post contains little new detail. And yet, the president rushed onto Twitter this morning to claim a woman I don't know, and to the best of my knowledge never met, is on the front page of the fake news Washington Post, saying I kissed her for 2 minutes yet in the lobby of Trump Tower 12 years ago. Never happened. Who would do this in a public space with live security cameras running? Trump appeared to generically verify her story in those infamous Access Hollywood tapes.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
But that didn't prevent him from winning the election. So why even care about it now?
We are a better place than Donald Trump says we are.
Because in recent elections across the country, female voter backlash against Trump and his party has become a major political force, fueling a Democratic victory in the Virginia governor's race and a Democrats' upset win in the Alabama Senate race, a contest that became a referendum of sorts on predatory male behavior. And while that backlash has damaged men from both parties, the widening gender gap in polling on Trump has the GOP worrying it may be their undoing in this fall's elections.
That some men think they can use their power, position, or notoriety to demean and attack women speaks to their character, not ours.
Okay, but in the past couple of weeks, we've heard two women talk about the affairs that they had with the president, affairs that until now they said they couldn't talk about. Have those stories increased the concerns about a voter backlash? These were consensual relationships, presumably.
They're different from these sex harass claims, no question about it. But I think they're part of the problem, part of his image problem, part of the party's problem. You know, in Alabama, in that Senate special against Roy Moore, I think they learned their lesson that you can scream and cry fake news and deny, but at some point there are enough angry women and like-minded men, and they're agitated enough to take political action that that's just not going to fly for you. By the way, Rachel Crooks, the woman in question, the Post story, she's running for office out in Ohio right now. So a sense of the activism this has generated.
Interesting. All right, John, thank you.